Hi everyone, my name is Kacee Fox and I am in Dr. Craig's Art 200 class and I'm going to be doing my presentation on the Altiokapu tunic today and the meaning behind the tunic. The Altiokapu tunic was made and used between the years 1450 and 1540. It was used in the Incan Empire and made in the Andes Mountains in South America. The Altiokapu tunic currently resides in the Dumbarton Oaks Research Library and Collection in Washington, D.C. The medium that the Altiokapu tunic is made out of is cotton and camelid fibers. The fibers that the tunic is made out of is very important because it represents status in their culture and society. Llama, alpaca, and vicuna fibers are very sought after in their culture, especially baby alpaca fur. These furs are dyed very bright colors with natural dyes and used to weave their textiles. To dye the fabrics, the Incans would use natural dyes using plants like flowers or fruits and crush the dried plants up and use them to dye the fabric. Once the wool and cotton had been dyed, it was then woven together to make a textile by certain people in the societies who had picked up the trade. They used either wood or bone to weave these textiles together, and it would often take very long to make one textile. The Incans were not the only ones who used iconography to help represent status in their societies. In Hawaii, a society used this cloak and feather hat to represent royalty. The red symbolizes royalty, and the feathers were meant to be sacred and connected to the gods, and only royalty can wear them. Now, going back to the Altiokapu tunic, just like the Hawaiian cloak and feather hat, the tunic can represent someone's ethnic identity or social rank. The checkerboard print on the Altiokapu tunic can represent that the person wearing it is either a military officer or a royal escort. The tunic allows someone to convey information about themselves at a glance, just like the Hawaiian cloak and feather hat. This Incan textile, which dates back to 200 BC to 600 AD, was not meant to be a tunic, it was actually meant to be placed on a mantle. This textile, like many other textiles they made in the Incan Empire, has different characters and designs on it, which could represent their faith or their religious beliefs. The Incans wove many different items, not just tunics, because they used these items to represent many different things. They did not just use these woven items for functionality. They were also used as a form of communication by using different iconographies and symbols on the textiles to relay information to others viewing it. They also represented status in the way that the person who was wearing the tunic or the woven item were able to express if they were a military officer or a royal escort or royalty to others viewing it. They were also able to express their religious beliefs using symbols and iconography to relay a story or a message on their textiles. Lastly, they did not have a form of currency or money, so they used woven textiles as a form of currency. They would give them as gifts or decorate places of importance to them with these woven textiles to represent wealth or their status in their society. So, as you can see, the Altiakapu tunic was not made specifically just for functionality. It was made to represent status from the checkerboard print on the tunic. Also, the different types of symbols and iconography on the tunic was meant to represent many different things about the person who was wearing that tunic. The tunic could have also been used as a form of currency or a way for the person giving the tunic to represent their power over the person who was wearing the tunic. Thank you for listening. Here is my bibliography of all these sources I used for my research for this project.